revocation is Janet Witkowski. Does not wish to speak. Against revocation, Deborah Shear does not wish to speak. Against revocation and would like to speak, Cynthia Stout. Is Cynthia here? Good evening.
Okay, hi. I'm going to be brief. I've heard both sides, and I understand the issues of crime that we've seen. But I just want to point this out. If we revoke the license to this God-sent entity, what do you think is going to happen? Where will these people go? They'll be in neighborhoods, to be sure. They won't have respite during the day. You will see them dehydrating. You will see them starving. You will see them freezing. It hurts us to see these things, but this is our life. People need our services. They don't need our judgment. They don't need our restrictions with this business being closed. I don't think we've thought that through. Revocation does not solve the problem. We need to come alongside in partnership with this entity.
Amen.
Next, against revocation is PK Felix, does not wish to speak. Supports revocation and wishes to speak, Danielle Polinsky. You print very nicely.
Good evening. I am a resident in the Westlake Gardens community, the neighborhood that's behind ChristNet. I have lived in this area of Taylor since 2017 with my husband and our 3 kids, 9, 13, and 14. When we first heard about ChristNet building a facility in the long vacant property off Eureka, I did a little research on ChristNet, and I truly believe in the work that they do for those in need. I think we've heard it all day today. It's fantastic. I believe that there needs to be resources like this available for our displaced people, families, and veterans. I assume this facility would work in tandem with the Church of Nazarene that provided overnight stays down the street on Eureka for those who need it. However, as time passed, my family witnessed how much this one facility has changed our community. I really cannot imagine where this type of facility would be approved to be placed walking distance from an elementary school, a senior community, and now 2 new daycares. We've experienced theft that's been discussed. My youngest son is 9. We can't go to the Marathon gas station by our house because he got to see a naked woman there screaming at herself and taking her clothes off. That's not a learning situation there. My daughter won't go in there either because we walked in there and one of ChristNet's frequent visitors came up to us and asked us if we wanted to party. She was 12 at the time. Our kids can't even enjoy their own neighborhood anymore. My kids, as well as their friends in the neighborhood, won't even walk to Eureka Heights anymore to play there because of the encounters they've had. Our youth should feel safe at a school of all places. Next year, Eureka Heights is planned to be a daycare of sorts for Taylor School District. What's the plan there to protect those younger children from the needles and people that are traveling to ChristNet? As I said earlier, I commend the work that ChristNet does. I have family that have been homeless. There needs to be resources available like this for those in need. But even ChristNet employees and volunteers have admitted when we've gone there to talk to them about situations that they just don't have time to talk to us and they don't want to hear it. The city does not have enough police force to sit at ChristNet and manage these situations. I see an army of people behind me supporting ChristNet, and it kind of breaks my heart that there's a few bad seeds that we continuously see in our community. There's an army of people that could be helping with these bad seeds, and it hasn't happened yet. I hope that you hear our neighbors' voices on this matter. Your residents of Taylor, your surrounding neighborhoods, your local businesses are being affected, and mostly children are being impacted negatively because of this type of facility in our neighborhood. Thank you for listening.
Wishing to speak in support of revocation is Sarah Vetter.
I just want to say thank you for hearing your residents out. I can speak for everybody. I'm saying I have the same stories, so to keep repeating them. I also support what ChristNet does. However, I'm standing behind this in the wrong spot. Our children are not safe, so it needs to be relocated. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Audience, please. Try to keep clapping to the minimum. Want to be equal to both sides. Try to do that this evening. Next, wishing to speak is Donald Long, has not indicated that for or against. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm a citizen of Taylor the past 6-7 years, also own the business, the barbershop right next door to us. So I get to see hands-on everything. I have cameras all the way around. We have videos, pictures of everything. Sleeping, drugs, sleeping in the driveway where the cars can't even pull into the business. They get mad when they tell you you can't use the bathroom behind the building. When we take out the trash, we got to kick the dumpster to make sure nobody else jump out. They get mad, cuss us out, because we don't talk to them crazy unless they get crazy with us. Then we'll tell them they have to leave. They sleep all out at the bus stop, but not at the bus stop. They on the business property saying they waiting on the bus. But you can't wait on the bus here. But PriceNet tells them you can't hang on PriceNet, but they don't tell them they can't hang around everywhere else. We chase them off the corners. We ask, why not hang over there when you do business? They say they tell us we can't hang there. But it's okay to tell them they can hang everywhere else. Everywhere else they hang, they destroy. I had one incident where my kids is in the car, we lock it up, turn the alarm on, they jump out, run back into the barbershop, saying a man is trying to open up the door. I ain't gonna tell you what I did to him, but he ain't gonna do it no more. So the thing is, if God bless him with this one, they'll bless him with another location.
Yes.
Next, Jim Dorset. Dory, I'm sorry. Supports revocation and does wish to speak.
Oh, good evening. We had 4 gentlemen and 2 ladies talk earlier. Everything they said is right on the money. Okay? I believe in the church, PriceNet and all that stuff. And I live on Gully, the street that gets high. We've had the neighborhood has changed over the last 2 years there. I have called the police. I had guys come down the street with double bags, living in the woods. I had 2 inches who I had to move out of the woods. His name is Danny, I think, or Jenny, or Danny. He was in control of Taylor Police Department. Anyway, like I said, I believe in PriceNet and all that stuff. But something really needs to be done. Like I said, the 2 women, the 2 guys, they said it all. And it's all true. I hang out at a coffee shop in the morning from 8 o'clock to 10 every day. From 4 to 7 every day. You see it all. It's there. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, against revocation, does not wish to speak is Addie Pettigrew. Against revocation, not wishing to speak is Hannah Johnson. Against revocation, not wishing to speak is Elizabeth Johnson. Against revocation, not wishing to speak is Joanne Greenland. Supporting revocation and wishes to speak, Brian Kurtz.
Oh, yeah, I read his post.
Good evening.
Good evening, Council, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Chairman. My name is Brian Kurtz. I live here in Taylor, right on Gully Street, just a stone's throw from PriceNet. I appreciate the opportunity to address you about the facility and issues surrounding it. While I understand the importance of supporting those in need, the presence of the facility has led to several significant issues. We've seen a marked increase in the homeless individuals lingering about because the building acts as a magnet for them. Many residents, including myself, that are and property damage. The constant threat of crime has created a pervasive sense of insecurity, and we who live in the neighborhood, who are being directly and negatively impacted, are wondering how long it will be before the terrible scenes we have all seen in San Francisco and Portland will play out at the end of our own street. Moreover, the facility's proximity to a retirement home and an elementary school is troubling. We are considering moving my mother-in-law from Dearborn to the American House right across from Christnet, but she is terrified of that idea now, since she has seen the changes to our area. And while I used to leave the doors of my home unlocked while running to get something from Meyer, I would never do that now. I worry that something would happen to my wife or children. So elderly residents are beginning to feel threatened, and parents worry about their children's safety. We've seen recordings of individuals sleeping under the playscape at the school, lighting up who knows what there, and people jumping into the beds of pickup trucks at the local mechanic shop to sleep in them. Apparently they feel they have the right to do whatever they want. And the attitude of the ChristNet activists makes them feel emboldened and secure to continue doing what they do and behaving in the way they have been behaving. The ChristNet advocates were happy to provide a long list of benefits they have been providing to the homeless, and I would agree they should be commended for that. But when they say things like we need to give ChristNet time to find ways to address the issues and not close the facility, they know there is nothing that they can do to control the behavior of those individuals when they are not at the facility. So their position is essentially adds up to, we need to have this facility here, and you residents get to deal with the fallout. It's a sacrifice you get to make, like it or not, and you should feel honored to do so. Personally, I was thinking of doing a major overhaul of my home, inside and out. At this point, that would be a very foolish decision. The home is destined to only go down in value. Very soon, everyone in our subdivision will come to the same conclusion. People will move and sell cheap to do so. They certainly won't go the extra mile to keep their homes maintained.